Buddy Cop. Walter here, Path of the Brave. We're going to be going into another martial art today, shooting. Yeah, I view shooting as a martial art. You could say in its deadliest form, but I know there's a lot of talk about a lot of people don't like guns too. My advice to that is, and I've been in a home invasion myself, been a victim of that, and I'll tell you what, I'll do anything I can to protect myself and my family. Anything I can do to stay alive. And sometimes the gun is the best tool for that job. So is a dog. Okay? Now, training. Training is so important. And I've seen, I live in California, which is a real anti-gun oriented state. And I'm actually kind of surprised in taking the written safety tests for getting a firearm. They don't include one thing, and I want to talk about today the 4 rules of gun safety. 4 rules of gun safety. Before you go out and shooting, even before you handle, before you get in with the snap caps and the dummy rounds and stuff like that, before you dry fire, which is all super important, learn the 4 rules of gun safety. 1, every firearm is loaded. It's loaded. Whether it is or it isn't, it's loaded. Okay? Somebody tells me, hey, Walt, my gun's it's empty, man. Check it out. No way. You're going to get in an accident. Now, it may be empty like this firearm right here. There's no magazine in the mag well, right? Okay. Could be in the chamber. So I want to visually inspect it, that there's nothing in there. Okay? If you get it locked back like this with the slide locked back, I still want to visually inspect it, even though, yeah, for sure it's going to be empty. Another thing too is I'll let the slide move forward and drop the hammer. It's just good habits. It's good habits to have. Habits that you want to develop in gun handling that are automatic, and they're good habits, not a bad habit where you're just out of control. Okay? Now, that's number 1. Every firearm is loaded. Okay? Treat every firearm like it's loaded. Okay? Number 2, very important. And you learn this when you're a little kid too. At least your mom probably yelled at you. Don't point that thing at me. Well, maybe it was just a squirt gun or whatever. That's good training on your mom's part too. And I don't have kids, but I don't know if I had kids, I don't know if I'd have them pointing toy guns at me. Don't point a firearm at anything you're not willing to destroy. Number 2, it's really important. Okay. Number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to break a shot. You know, and this is something coming out you have to develop as a habit too. We all want to get competitive shooters. Some of us have been DQ'd. I've been DQ'd before. Your finger on the trigger while you're moving. Now, I want to talk about the finger on the trigger too, and learn this from experience. Put your finger on the frame of the gun with a little bit of pressure too. Even if my finger's off the trigger, but it's dangling out here, it's not good enough. It could get in the trigger guard, you know, especially if you're moving and it gets in there, and it could just discharge around. Okay, so finger off the trigger along the frame of the gun with a little bit of pressure, so that when you do go to shoot, you put it on and you can break your shot. Okay? Number 4, be sure of your target. Okay? You want to be sure of your target. You don't want anything to frag at you. You'd be too close. If it's steel, things like that. Ricocheting, things like that. Be sure of the target. What it is, too. Certain targets you don't want to shoot. And what's behind it. What's behind the target's real important. Bullets can go a long way. Okay? You want to know what's behind the target, like something with a berm behind it. A mountain. A lot of ranges are set up for that too. But I'm talking like if you're out in somewhere like me, I grew up in Indiana, I would shoot out in the backyard. But there was cornfields behind us and stuff like that. We didn't know, we were little kids. So, 4 rules of gun safety, real important. Learn them, then you can have fun with it.